To you, Sagittarius out here. Um, we back at it again. Like I said before, I just had some things that I got to take care of with the whole testing and everything and the studying. That's why it is that I would take like the 2 days off or whatnot. But, and in between those 2 days, I'm actually studying and still doing videos right behind the scenes, right? Or taking the test behind the scenes. But anyway, uh, yeah, let's get into it. So for you Sagittarius, right? I'm back on the regular schedule, right? Um, so you Sagittarius have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and then you Sagittarius also have the Three of Cups, right? These three cards, right? So so what I'm seeing here is that y'all are in a situation where um okay, this is you. Okay. The Knight of Cups is you. So the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, again, you bring a lot to a relationship. You bring a lot to any kind of relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, or platonic, right? Genetic, familial. You bring a lot to a relationship. Things like, or some of you asking yourselves, well, okay, like what? Okay, well, things like an understanding of the other person. Do you know how much people want to be understood? And everybody is so focused on, a lot of people are so focused on the physical things, the body, the looks, how much money a person has. They're not really interested in understanding another person's perspective. They don't be asking questions. They don't really find out. They don't really be asking people's questions. Or excuse me, asking people questions. So because they don't ask people questions, that puts them in a specific situation where the other person who can see this, who can realize this person is not really interested in me, they do feel left out because it's disrespectful and it's insulting, right? To be in the proximity of somebody, hang out with somebody, but then at the same time is not really interested in or invested in this actual person. So it's like, how you gonna call this person your friend or your significant other or relative that you're familiar with and everything like that, but then at the same time not really be invested whatsoever. And I just see a lot of you Sagittarius are moving forward. A lot of you Sagittarius are wanting more. You want a decent person, a person who is, really actually interested in what they got going on, but also interested in what you got going on. And to be real with you, decent people are in high demand. Decent people are amongst the most valuable people in the world right now, especially with drizzle and soft guy era and a decent person and just what's going on in the streets. A decent person who's like, yeah, I'll contribute, but you really got to contribute to me. And you just can't contribute one thing or in one way and then expect me to kind of take you seriously. You know what I mean? You do have to contribute in many in different ways because you want variety out of me. So I want variety out of you as well, right? Make yourself valuable in different areas. And because a lot of you Sagittarius have that mentality, is it you needed it. You needed it, right? Because when you don't have that mentality, right, prior to, because this is a mentality that you Sagittarius are going to keep. When you didn't have that mentality, you would put yourself in messed up dispositions because you're not actually paying attention to the value that this person is bringing to you and therefore to the relationship. You're looking at the dice roll, right? The casino slot machine, right? There's the probability. Are you going to actually win the jackpot or not. And like you're paying attention to the reward factor, right? Of the chance of the reward. And this is what it is that scientists or behavioral scientists come to find out, right? That a lot of these casinos end up getting a lot of people based upon the reward, right? The every now and again reward, where it's they mostly take your money most of the times, and you're not paying attention to how you're actually losing. But then at the same time, though, you're gaining a little bit sometimes, and that's by design, because they want you to feel hooked, because the ever coming reward, the reward that you could potentially get, you could potentially win big. And this is what a lot of the times people be using in relationships who like to play games. So you Sagittarius know this, and the Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles represents that's not what type of time you Sagittarius is on. They gotta bring something to a relationship. Forget about that, oh, I'll reward you every now and again thing. That's hogwash. And so now it applies pressure, because other people can't just come to you with the I'll reward you every now and again. Now they actually have to be invested. They actually have to be in a relationship. And see, the thing is that the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords speaks to how a lot of you Sagittarius, you're getting a lot smarter. You're becoming a lot more aware of how it's done. You're getting a lot more aware of people's sneakiness and how they try to run game on you. But you're obviously, and I'm thankful that you're not doing it, you Sagittarius are not telling people or letting it be known that you are aware. Obviously not. And it's like you'll have people that'll confront individuals about X, Y, Z or whatever, right? And when I say confront, I'm not talking about confronting them about what you've noticed per se, unless it's necessary. I'm talking about confronting them, meaning from the perspective of applying pressure, asking them, and what reward am I going to get? If I do this, what is this leading to? Am I courting you? What's going on? You're asking questions to define what this connection between yourself and this yourself and this other person actually is. You're asking it to find out if this person is using you, if this person is friends with benefits, or if this person is courting along with you towards something long term is what you're asking for. And a lot of you Sagittarius are a lot more intelligent. Now let's get into it. The Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords, because you realize that you are the one that was putting yourself in a messed up disposition, because you weren't even really aware what was going on. You were just throwing yourself into, just belly first, throwing yourself into situations where you ain't even know if the person, you ain't even like ask them questions. You're not even really even so much as really paying attention if we go there. And as a result of this, that's a messed up disposition, because the Tower card and the High Priestess, right, both are mysterious. You would find out that, again, it is like that machine, right, at the casino, where it's like they only there for you a little bit, but the times that they are there for you, you glorify them so much because they showed up those particular times, but you're not really peeping game to how many times they essentially let you down. And again, they'll lie, and they'll make it seem like, oh, well, you need to be okay with the fact that I'm human and I'm going to disappoint you. Right. But a person who's being sincere should not deliberately try to disappoint you. That's not the point. It's them it's them just letting you know that they will disappoint you at some point, but they are going to do their endeavor best to not disappoint you. The objective is not to disappoint you. That's not the point. The point is to make it so that you understand things from a realistic perspective, But will if they have an opportunity to show up for you, oh, they're going to show up for you as much as they can. The objective is not to disappoint you. The objective is to just get at you from a realistic perspective of, hey, sometimes I will miss a couple of things, but don't look at that like I'm deliberately doing that. What a lot of people will, that's an honest relationship. What a lot of people will do is that a lot of people will deliberately disappoint you, right? Like, oh, I'm trying to, and they'll try to make it seem like they're doing it to prove a point. And it's like, no, they're running game because they're dysfunctional. They're testing your interest level, and it's kind of goofy because you can't get to know somebody like that constantly testing their interest level. If a person who, especially the more they know about the game, they're just going to be like, okay, I'm tired of you testing my interest level because this is stupid. And that's what essentially would happen. You Sagittarius now see that it's not about them getting to know you, and this is why it would fall apart, right? Because they had their own hidden agenda. The high priestess represents their own hidden agendas. They got something else going on in the tower. The connection that you would have with them would be ruined because you're effectively doing everything, even the emotional labor. You're doing that. And see, the thing about it is that the King of Swords and the Ten of Swords, and then you would end up feeling cold-hearted, like you got to get back at the world. But now you're not like that anymore because you have the Star card, which is a great card to end things. Because you have the Star card, that's not who you are. That's not how you Sagittarius want to be. You Sagittarius are actually a lot more fun-loving and a lot more like happy than what is given credit for. And why that's so important even in the first place is because you Sagittarius actually, you're not gonna run around, you're not gonna spend the rest of your life being upset and looking to get vendetta against the world, because that's what a lot of people are on. That's why they'll get disrespected, and then they'll now try to pass that on, right, to the rest of the world. No, you Sagittarius understand, okay, if a person disrespects you, you ain't got to hang out with them. And you're 100% correct. If they disrespect you, who said that you have to hang out with them? You ain't got to hang out with them. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Star card. The Strength card, right? The Empress, the Chariot. Wow. Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Three major arcana back to back to clarify one major arcana. Wow. So, and we're clarifying the Star card, which is Aquarius, right? And then you have the Strength card, which is Leo. So, Leo, right? So you have that Leo and Aquarius axis that you're pulling on, where you Sagittarius, you have your own purpose in life. You have your own goals, your own purpose, the things you want to do. But then the Strength card also represents, but you Sagittarius also understand that you are capable of great things. You don't have to always have someone around you, even though you would like someone. You don't always have to have someone around you in order for you Sagittarius to actually still live a healthy lifestyle, right? Because you would rather be by yourself than to be with a bunch of dysfunctional people. That doesn't make any sense. That's counterproductive. So the thing is that the Empress, the Chariot, and the Three of Cups speaks to how, so a lot of you Sagittarius understand that you do have to be picky. You understand, and you Sagittarius are understanding why it's a good thing to be so picky, right? And when I say picky, I'm talking about picky for real. I'm not talking about the way that some people do it where it's disingenuous, right? They're looking for a come up, so they're being picky because they want someone to basically do all the things that would benefit them. When I say picky, I'm talking about looking for character, looking for a decent person that is who they present themselves to be. Because everybody's going to present themselves like they angels. Everybody's going to present themselves like they're scorned individuals that were just trying to do good. And to a certain extent, that's the truth. But then at the same time, though, that doesn't mean that we remain that way, right? We usually end up living long enough to become the villain in our relationships. So we have to take accountability and responsibility for that. And if we see ourselves becoming that, walk away from that situation, right? And see, the thing is that the chariot, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles speaks to how other people will continue to test our self-worth. They will try to gnaw or eat or gnaw away at it, right? Nibble at it because they're trying to get us to act the way that we want them to. But you, Sagittarius, you know better. You're free from you're free from the mentality. You're free from the need to create that kind of motion in you where they want you to move that way. A lot of you Sagittarius are becoming a lot more anti-fragile, to where when they press you, you actually get better. You focus, right? You already do amazing work, but even when pressure is on, you focus. And that's what it is that the world needs. The world needs more anti-fragility. The world needs more anti-fragile individuals to push the world forward. And a lot of you Sagittarius are becoming a lot more anti-fragile, because it's when you are anti-fragile is when people will test you, and they'll try to press your buttons, and they'll try to, like, use Jedi mind tactics on you and play games with you. And it's like, you'll just be like, it's not going to happen. And they feel immense shame. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You Sagittarius are learning your lessons. Try to come through and get a personal reading from me. The link to that is in the comment section below. It's called a Linktree link, right? It should be the pinned post in the comment section. That's clickable. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We had to 19,000, coming up on 800 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.